What's going on, guys? The DT Beast here, and welcome to the first ever episode of On The Go, where basically you're just going to be watching gameplay and then me talk about whatever I really want to every week. So, what will I be talking about for the first week to start off? For the start off of the first week, I think I'm going to be talking about Zacro PS4 vertical stand. Now, this stand is actually, I was very surprised. This stand was extremely good for the amount I paid. I think I paid $18 for this vertical stand, and it came with little Batman logos for the PS4 controllers, as well as a charging dock for those, and fans underneath the PS4, as well as 3 extra USB slots. All in all, it was actually pretty good. I mean, it's got this aerodynamic feel. I don't know, a bunch of triangles. You know how it is. And the only complaint I would have is that the fans are extremely loud. When you turn on the fans, they are very noisy. And my way around this is to just not put the PS4 fully in, but have it like tilting up and out, so that way there's better airflow, so that way you don't really need the fans. And if you did need the fans, they'd work better anyway, because it gives an outlet for the air. So yeah, that's the only complaint I have. Otherwise, a very good stand. I would highly recommend it if you guys are looking for a vertical stand. That's the Zacro PS4 vertical stand. Alright, so now back onto the microphone, my condenser mic. Condenser microphones, I don't know. I don't like the fact that they have to have an extra power source, but it is what it is. So the one I got was the newer NW700 professional condenser microphone, as well as a suspension arm for it and a pop filter. All in all, for $40, you know, all of that was pretty decent in my opinion. More than I definitely had some issues just getting the microphone set up, but that was a user error. Does need phantom power, 48 volt phantom power. I would recommend getting a mixer board though if you plan on upgrading your mic, especially in the future with new technology, etc. Getting a mixer board instead of just a 48 volt, so that they can produce more power and you have more overall audio control. But yeah, this came with the XLR to AUX cord, the pop filter, the suspension arm, and obviously the microphone, as well as a shock mount. So, besides me needing to get a phantom power supply box, this is a very good purchase. I'm very happy with it. Makes me feel like I am doing it professionally, and I don't know, it just kind of feels good. We have the New Orleans Saints rant. For fuck's sake. Okay, let me just say one thing, and let me say it very clear. I became a fan of the New Orleans Saints the year they went to the Super Bowl against the Colts. It's also the year that they won it. Drew Brees was on fire. But lately, you can barely even call them a football team. I mean, let's be honest. It's been ridiculous. Like, what the fuck is going on? Let's recap the game against the Chiefs for a minute. I'm gonna start off with the pros, and then we'll move into some of the stuff that's actually gonna make me angry. So the throw to Cooks in the first quarter, it was midway through the first quarter. Drew Brees kind of it was like a newspaper worthy throw, you know, over his shoulder. Beautiful catch, trotted into the end zone. Bravo, props, excitement. Not to mention, it was Drew Brees' 100th game with over 300 yards passing. So that was pretty amazing. Also, I want to mention the throw to Thomas late in the fourth. Shit was a good throw. Bravo, Brees. What up, boys? And the bullet that Brees snuck into Colin late in the fourth quarter as well is in heavy traffic, and Brees just kind of beamed that shit in there. That's a good old Brees that we all love. You know what I'm saying? The cons. Okay. The Saints defense, they absolutely need to do something different. It's been ridiculous how little they've fucking done. They can't tackle for shit. I can't imagine how easily they would have won that game if the person who came in contact with the ball carrier tackled him the first time. It would have been ridiculously lopsided if that happened. But no, that didn't fucking happen. Another I don't like bashing on Drew Brees, but when he threw that pick six late in the fourth quarter, or late in the first quarter, excuse me, that shit pissed me off, because it's like, Brees, yeah, he was under pressure. You know, he was getting guys rushed to him literally straight on from his face, but he's been doing this for years. He should have some kind of adaptation to that, oh god, you know, break down survival mode, you know, instinct mode. But no, he freaking throws it, and it wasn't necessarily a bad throw. It could have been a lot better. I just think the receiver he decided to throw it to in traffic was an awful idea. He bobbled it, and one of the Saints defensive backs came over, scooped it up, ran it in for a touchdown. I saw Drew Brees try to tackle. That was also sad, but I'm not going to buy that. And their offensive line, I mean, how many good plays did they have that just came back because of fucking flags? Like, are you actually fucking serious, guys? If you can't... It's almost worse to have a good play and then a flag than it is to have just a bad play. You know? Because then it gives these, like, this false hope of, oh my god, we fucking did something. Because you fucking didn't. You fucking didn't. You had to cheat to do that. Therefore, it's not really doing anything. You know? It's... Oh, god. Fuck's sake. I'm going to end up talking about an hour for that. Okay. Final note on the Saints game against the Chiefs is the fumble that Ingram had midway through the fourth quarter. I think he got tackled by Parker. This guy gets paid millions of dollars to just hold on to the fucking ball. He gets paid millions of dollars to hold on to the fucking ball. And he can't even do that. Like, what are you doing? He was... If you guys didn't watch the game, Ingram was running into a swarm, and he still had the ball eagle gripped. If you don't know what that means, it just means tucked under your shoulder with your hand over the nose of the ball. When you know you're about to be hit or tackled, especially by more than one person, you want to cover up the fucking ball. You want to cover up that fucking ball, and he fucking didn't. Parker came in and punched it out of his hand, and the Chiefs recovered it. And it's like... You guys came back, you know. You were down 7-21, I think, at the half. You guys came back only to lose by 3. Like, these little things that happen really could have actually made the game for you. Like, they could have been the difference. Like, you actually could have won had you not been retarded. Like, the Saints can barely be called a football team at this point. It's... All right, last and final thing I wanna talk about before we end this first opening episode of On the Go is a little story that happened to me today. So I'm from Colorado, so naturally everyone here is a fucking Broncos fan. Not of recently though, isn't that funny? We lose Peyton Manning, start to fucking suck dick. You see less and less Broncos gear. Just saying, seems a little funny. And I was with a couple buddies of mine, and we had just finished up our cadaver lab, and so we were going out to get some lunch, and we went to Freddy's. And at Freddy's, we had no idea. Me and my buddies had no idea this was going on. But at Freddy's, they were having this promotional thing for the Denver Broncos. They had Miles the horse there. They had a couple of cheerleaders there. It was pretty fun, all in all. I mean, there was quite a few people there. And I get really high social anxiety, especially when there's a lot of people. But, I mean, I was fine there. So we sit down. And one of the cashiers, she comes up to us and she's like, "You guys want to enter the drawing?" And we're like, "Drawing for what?" And she's like, "Well, the drawing to win free Broncos merchandise." And so we were like, "Oh yeah, for fun, you know, we'll throw one entry in there." Well, at that time, I don't think very many people knew that they were doing a drawing, because when I went to go put mine in there was like, my 2 buddies, and then there were maybe like 3 or 4 more just in the box. Because I don't think many people knew that they were doing a drawing. So it comes time to pick all the things, and they read my name off, and I won a Demaryius Thomas signed football, which was pretty fucking cool. I mean, it's hanging out. It's displayed right now. It's a white Wilson football with his autograph right by the Broncos logo. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. I won that, and then my friends were like, "Okay, we're staying for the next drawing." You know, to see if we can win anything. So the next thing that they drew was a signed helmet from Emmanuel Sanders. So my buddies were like, fuck yeah, we're waiting for this shit just to see. And, you know, for fun, I threw another entry in there. They didn't get called. Some random guy there got called, unfortunately. But how funny would it have been if I won both of those? Oh, they would have been pissed. Yeah, so after that we left. But that was pretty cool. You know, I had no idea. Like, I woke up and I was like, it's just the coincidences that happened within that day were just ridiculous. Because, like, I didn't even want to go to Freddy's. And then we pulled up and I see that there's a bunch of people in there. And I'm like, guys, can we go somewhere else? And they're like, nah, come on, let's just go see what's going on. And yeah, all that shit happened. So that was it was a pretty good day. It's a pretty good day. Hope you guys' day are going just as well as mine was. But yeah, I'm gonna end it there. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to me talk over Battlefield 1. Awful Battlefield 1 gameplay. And if you made it this far in the video, then I love you. And this has been the DT Beast, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Alright, stay spicy, boys. See you later.